Hi everybody, this is Kefren, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm going to show you the best image parameter for your Nintendo Switch 2 when you have an LG OLED TV. We're going to start by the parameter inside of your console, and after that we're going to look at your TV. So first of all, let's go to system setting. We're going to go to the display. Make sure that your HDR output is at on, really important if you want some HDR on your TV. Resolution, you can stay at automatic. If you want to make sure that you're using the 4K resolution, go to information and you will see the output from the dock. So currently it's using 4K in 60 Hz. RGB range, make sure it's at automatic, anyway it will match your TV, so that's not an issue. I also recommend to use the burn-in reduction, so it's gonna lower your brightness after 5 minutes, so you don't want to have some random burn-in on your screen. I'm not a big fan of match TV power state, honestly. When you close your TV, it's closing the console, or sometimes I just want to close my console, I don't want to close my TV, so that's why I uncheck this. I don't want them synced. After that, 120 Hz output, definitely you can activate that. It will not work if you're playing in 4K. It will work in 1080p and 1440p. I was kind of surprised about this one. I don't think Nintendo mentioned it. So that's pretty cool if you want to use it 1440p. I have another LG monitor for my computer. I'm gonna definitely use that at 120 Hz when I'm gonna play the game. Auto latency mode, all M, make sure that this one is activated. We're also gonna activate it on your TV. HDR output, I'm only using it for compatible software, and also you have a calibration HDR on your Nintendo Switch 2. Make sure that you're doing it. It's pretty easy. I like the way they did it versus the PS5 and the Xbox. So now let's go to the LG settings. So we're gonna press settings over there. We're gonna start by the all settings, and after that we're gonna go to the game optimizer. So first of all, make sure that you're using the HDR select mode. So the HDR game optimizer, as you can see with user settings. Aspect ratio, make sure that you're using original. In advanced setting, you don't have a lot of option, honestly, because everything is in the game optimizer. So first of all, OLED pixel brightness, make sure that you're using 100, as you can see. Dynamic tone mapping, me, I prefer to use on. Normally, you should use on when you are in a bright room, and you should use HGig over there if you're in the dark room. But honestly, I always use dynamic tone mapping at on. Video range, make sure that it's using auto, and it will match your console. And that's motion air care, I just put it at off. Color, the only thing I can say over here, it's your white balance. Normally you should put warm, something like 20 or even 50 to have the most natural image. I like cool pictures, so that's why I'm using it at 0. So do some testing and use the one that you like. Clarity, make sure super resolution is at off, and this is pretty much it for that. Again, before going to the game optimizer, we're gonna go to general. In general, all those AI services, make sure that everything is at off. You don't want to use Picture Pro, brightness settings, and stuff like that. Also, I really recommend to remove the energy saving over there. So energy saving steps, if you want the best performance from your TV, make sure this one is at off. And in the OLED care also, care picture setting, make sure this one is at off. Now we can go to our game optimizer. So first of all, we're gonna start with your game. I want to mention VR is not working right now with the dock 4K 60, so you can't use that. VR is only working on your console. Make sure, first of all, game jar, make sure that you're playing standard. Reduce blue light off, dark room mode off. You want to use the boost feature from prevent input delay. And you can, your VR, G-Sync and FreeSync, they can be activated. It doesn't change anything, it's just not compatible for now. And make sure that you activate your all M over there. So this is pretty much it. Now let's go to picture. Picture, game contrast, go with 100. This one is kind of important. I like to add some sharpness when I play a game, like some 10. I know a lot of people is playing at 0. Again, if you like sharpness normally in your game, make sure that you put this one at 10. For the rest, I'm using 50 for black level game, and game color depth, I'm using 55. So this is pretty much it. I'm using an LG C2. I know some settings maybe are different for you because now you have the C3, C4, and this here the C5, and maybe you have something older than that, a CX, C1, something like that. So normally it should cover 90% of all the feature on your TV. So that should be it. If you have any question, just comment in the YouTube section. Post me your question and also the model of your TV. I will try to help you the best that I can. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.